Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bill Apter, a writer and legendary wrestling figure, recently discussed Jade Cargill's comeback. This weekend's Royal Rumble is supposedly going to be attended by the famous person, since an unknown assailant left Cargill wounded and injured on stage on November 22, 2024. She has been absent from WWE. She was discovered unconscious on a car's hood by WWE authorities. Along with Jade, her tag team teammate Bianca Belair went to the hospital after being devastated by the incident. On this week's Smack Talk, Bill Apter brought up the possibility of booking Jade Cargill for a brief appearance in the Rumble match. According to him, the Storm has the potential to intervene and target her perceived assailant. As a result of the brawl, one of the stars might be ousted from the road to WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble this year is chock full of superstars who are all trying to secure a spot at WrestleMania. Some of the biggest names in entertainment will be competing in the Women's Royal Rumble, including Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Lyra Valkyria, Io Sky, Nia Jax, Naomi, Bayley, and plenty more. Among the most anticipated events of recent times is Jade Cargill's return to WWE. The fans have been waiting with bated breath for her next move after her spectacular debut and her first run with the firm. But how can WWE reintroduce her in a way that makes the most creative and dramatic impact? An insider with knowledge of the wrestling industry has a brilliant plan for her return, one that will solidify her status as a superstar and set in motion a new conflict that has the potential to define the women's division for the foreseeable future. The seasoned pro, who has written extensively about wrestling, thinks that Cargill's comeback should be a division-shaking moment, not a subtle one. The most effective strategy would be to have her return with a bang by disrupting a major match, rather than a more subtle return match. Jade needs to walk in like a force of nature, the veteran said. Think of a high-profile match, like Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley at a major live event. At the peak of the action, the lights go dark, the music begins to play, and Jade pounces, knocking out both fighters. The audience is on the edge of their seats. She becomes a danger and sparks conversation at that same time. The veteran thinks Bianca Belair would be the ideal opponent for Cargill's comeback feud. However, there are many deserving opponents. Jade and Bianca are two supermodels who are also very charismatic and athletic. The moment has come to finally grant the long-awaited wish of the fans for this ideal pairing. He explains that their animosity shouldn't stem from superficial rivalry, but rather from more fundamental issues like territory and respect. Bianca has carried the division on her back for years, he says. She's known as the S of WWE, but now here comes Jade, claiming to represent what's to come. That's just asking for trouble. You put them up for a rivalry that builds up to a big event like WrestleMania by booking them in a manner that makes neither of them want to back down. A fascinating creative path for Cargill's comeback may be to join a current group, or perhaps start her own. If Jade wanted to further establish her authority, the veteran said she could team up with Damaged CTRL, or perhaps the Bloodline. If you add Jade to a group, she will be protected and receive credibility right away, which will help her gain momentum. Just seeing her on the Bloodline with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, hyping her up would make her a celebrity. Another option would be for her to organize a faction of strong women and wage open warfare against Bianca's supporters. She must not be overlooked once Jade comes back. She should be booked by WWE as a dominating force, like Brock Lesnar in his early days, according to the veteran. Everyone who is in her way should meet her demise. Everything seems to be pointing to Jade being the next big thing, from squash bouts to devastating beatdowns. You should expect her to be in the mix for a big championship within a few months, competing against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. If the booking is correct, she may even be champion going into WrestleMania next year. The influence on the whole division, in addition to the returning star, is what makes a well-booked comeback so beautiful. With Cargill on the roster, the stakes are higher, rivalries are fiercer, and new matches are created, all of which keep viewers interested in WWE. If you want a return, You want it to alter the game, not merely make a nice return. There will be months of bouts at the main event level if Jade gets into a feud with Bianca, Rhea, or Charlotte. Multiple stars will be involved in the plot if she joins a side. Maintaining her prominence and making her homecoming an event to remember are of utmost importance. The reintroduction of Jade Cargill is symbolic of the changing nature of the women's division, as much as it is about welcoming back a brilliant star. The perfect storyline, a shocking comeback, and a big rivalry with someone like Bianca Belair may give WWE the chance to build one of the most interesting rivalries in recent memory. One thing is certain, Jade Cargill's comeback will cause a seismic shift in WWE and spark a whole new fight that fans will be talking about for years to come. Whether it's via faction warfare, a championship pursuit, or a battle of supremacy.